So I don't want to rush into saying the young people of today are not minded to transform society, but only to enrich themselves.
To get rich. It's consumption. Okay.
I'm sure there are some very good ones.
I believe so too.
Given the opportunity, might prove to be very responsible and caring.
Thank you so much for joining us today on I Simply Believe. Today's guest is huge. I am so blessed and I feel so privileged to have the chance to sit down and chat with His Excellency, President John Kofi Ejekum Kufour. So, Mr. President, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
We're going to start with the basics. How was your childhood growing up?
It was quite a happy childhood.
Yeah.
I was almost spoiled.
Really?
Between my father and mother.
Wow.
And I happened to have been one of 10 children.
Wow.
7th of the 10.
Okay.
Very much doted on. And from time I became aware, say age 3, 4, the siblings ahead of me, well, they, in a way, inspired me so much. The first one was married to Asantehene, king of Asante.
Oh, okay.
And so by time 3, 4, 5, I invariably, always, every day, I was virtually with her.
Amazing.
And she hadn't had a child yet. So the king himself was quite like, he virtually petted me like his own.
Amazing.
My father, on the other hand, was the Oyokohene of Kumasi.
Wow.
The clan, the Kufuor clan.
Yes.
He was my father was the head of the clan in Kumasi.
Wow.
My mother, the Queen Mother in her own right,
Wow.
with perhaps one of the biggest houses in Kumasi. Every day, people were streaming in and out. And,
wow.
As I said, we're so spoiled.
Wow, what a childhood. Amazing.
And then my siblings, the first one, as I said, Sante and his wife. The second one, the third, they had been sent to Achimota School, even before I was born.
Wow.
Through kindergarten, through secondary. And so anytime they were back in Kumasi, toffees and things like that, everybody was.
Yeah.
Now, apparently, I was so big as a baby, born 12 pounds.
Whoa!
So it was like talk of town and
Wow.
Kumasi. And everybody pampered me.
Wow.
And then even the two immediately before me, girls, but they were also out in boarding schools. And when they were all away, I was like, in a way, star. When they came back home,
you were there.
I looked up to them, and they were all sort of fawning on me.
Yeah.
So that's the sort of childhood, or if you like, infancy I experienced. And then, age 5 or so, 5, 6, I was sent to Kumasi Government School.
Okay.
These days, they call it a same school.
Okay.
It was a school of privilege.
Nice.
Not too big.
Amazing.
In terms of population, but with all the facilities in those days, in the 40s, you can think of anywhere in Ghana, or Gold Coast then.
Wow.
Football pitches, 3 of them, volley pitch, cricket pitch, duck pond.
Every child's wildest dream, basically.
Gardens, set in a huge compound with a railing going over perhaps a mile or 2.
Wow.
Yes.
That was your childhood?
School of privilege.
Wow.
The school band was trained by the military of those days.
Wow. Wow.
Soon after the Second World War, soldiers came back, Bantama. Then they trained at the schools, and of course the players were senior school, elementary school, but senior school boys. So that's the sort of thing.
Amazing. That is
And
amazing.
then by age 11, 12, I was sent to a boarding school.
Okay.
I was sent to boys' boarding school. And then later, 3 years or so later, sent to Prempeh College.
Yeah, I'm going to get to that one. Yeah.
Your husband is a Prempeh man or not?
No, my husband is a Prempeh, right here.
I'm up for.
Wow, amazing. So these days, do you have a morning routine? And if so, what does it look
I'm a
like?
retired politician.
You still look so good, though.
You flatter me.
No, I'm
This
serious.
coming from a pretty lady like you. So I'm retired, and so I
Yeah.
take my time
Yeah.
with everything and anything. Today, for instance, normally, and it's come out of long habits. I woke up, I think, about 6, 7 in the morning
Okay.
to listen to the talk shows. My favorite tends to be Peace FM.
Okay. I like that too.
Like Kwame Sefaka
Yes,
and those
yes.
boys. And then later Kufuor. And they continue till about 12.
Okay.
And it will be then I would make my way to my bathroom to.
Oh, wow.
But today,
What a day.
Today being different, I had my physiotherapist, because
Okay.
I'm a bit challenged with. And so therapist came from town. And for almost 2 hours, I was with him by the swimming pool.
Nice.
And he made me try to walk and that sort of thing.
And you will?
And we had visitors from Togo.
Oh, okay.
So he didn't put me in the pool. And so from there, to have a bit of a bite. Then I was told you were around.
I was here. Yeah.
So I said, all right, let me rush and come and
Thank
chat
you.
with you.
Thank you so much.
And it tends to be the normal thing these
The
days.
routine. I like that. Easy life.
I don't know
Because
if
you've
it's
worked
easy.
so hard, so you have to
must
relax.
earn it.
You must earn it. Yes. So you said previously that you attended the great school, Former College.
Yes.
And then you went to further education at Oxford University in the UK.
Yes.
Why did you decide to come back home?
Well, by the age of 25, 26, I was already a barrister at law.
Yeah, one of the
Called to
youngest in the
bar.
history of the country, right?
Well, I don't know about that.
I
but
think so.
22 or so, I
Yeah.
was called to the bar at Lincoln's Inn in London.
Wow.
And I was 64.
Well, in the country, as in Ghana, I think, when you came back.
In Britain.
Okay,
Britain,
okay.
61. But 62, I was then at Oxford. 62, I came back to also register here
Okay,
in
yes.
Ghana.
Yeah.
But then stayed in Oxford, switched from law already. I was a barrister, so I wasn't aspiring to be a law professor.
Yeah.
But I felt I might have a chance in public life. So I switched to do philosophy, politics, and economics. They're very popular.
You were so young. How were you so sure of what you wanted?
Well, yeah, you get to know yourself.
Yeah.
With time, you
Yeah.
know the things you can do and things you can't. But
Yeah.
in those times, I thought, especially given the fact that I thought I might have a public life, I thought I needed to stretch. My mind.
Yeah.
Law was in the pocket already, so a bit of philosophy, a bit of politics, and a bit of economics, just in case.
Amazing.
I realized some of my ambition.
Yeah.
You would need all these disciplines,
So you're prepared?
sort of.
Yeah, amazing. So when it was announced that you are the president, finally, what was the first thoughts that came in mind?
Naturally, I thanked God
Yeah.
for sort of guiding me,
Yeah.
protecting me, and also, I was going to say pushing me, but it's a knowing God, because I tell people I had a very long apprenticeship,
Yes.
considering that I returned from my studies in 1965. January, came to practice early, first 2 years as a young lawyer with a very, very distinguished lawyer, then Mr. Victosu, late Victosu. whose chambers really ran with the best in the whole of Ghana then. Just about then, the political situation changed. In 1966, Nkrumah was removed from office.
Yeah.
And my senior, Victor Osu, was invited by the National Liberation Council, the soldiers who removed, to be the Attorney General of Ghana. He left his chambers to me and another lawyer called Mr. Leto Usia. But within a year after that, there was vacancy in the management of Kumasi City. Town clerk is the equivalent in America of
the mayor,
city
maybe?
Mayor, city manager or mayor.
Yeah.
So I applied for it, even though I was just about 27.
You got it.
The panel of selectors gave the job to me.
Wow.
So I held it down for 3 years. There, I learned administration. Kumasi, as you know, is the second city of Ghana.
Yeah.
Even that time, I had a staff of about 4,000, including top professionals like doctors, medical officer of health, city engineer, city treasurer, conservancy, personnel education office, and so forth and so on.
Wow.
And there I was managing all of
at 27
and answering to the interim management committee of the city.
And some older than you, I assume.
Some my uncles and brothers.
Wow.
But thankfully, 3 years I held the job down, and I think that must have registered with the people. So 1969, when the soldiers decided to go back to barracks, and I said I wanted to go to Parliament, I got a constituency, which returned me. So exactly at age 30, I was member of Parliament.
Yes.
And then Professor Buzia, my mentor in all respects, made me the Deputy Foreign Minister of Ghana.
Wow.
Which office I held through the 2-year, 3 months of his premiership of Ghana.
So at that age, weren't you the youngest in Parliament at 30?
I could have been.
You could have been, yeah. Amazing.
But definitely I've been in government 30 years, Deputy Foreign Minister.
Yeah.
But somehow, the good professor.
Yeah.
I don't know. He was a great teacher.
Yeah.
He must have seen.
Of course.
So and so he.
You see, when you see greatness, you see it.
He nurtured me and allowed me, gave me the exposure around the world. Leading Ghana delegations to the United Nations General Assembly.
That's incredible.
Your Organization of African Unity, non-aligned movement. For the 2 years, I met many of the great names around the world.
Did you even know at the time that one day you'd be one of the great names around the world?
Well,
it was part of the ambition.
That time, well, ambition or aspiration.
Aspiration.
That's what it is. Such great people interacting.
Yeah.
Then you feel you have been put on the ladder.
Yeah.
To climb up.
Amazing.
So I was given a very good start.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So there's a conception that most of the youth of today are interested in politics not to create a positive change, but to quickly get rich. How do you feel about that?
I'm very careful to judge situations. That time, population of Ghana, 1969-70, was just about 10 million people.
Oh, wow.
Now, as we speak, it's about 60 years or so later, population, I believe, is pushing towards 40 million.
Yeah.
So there are so many people, and the population is very young.
Yeah.
So I don't want to rush into saying the young people of today are not minded to transform society, but only to enrich themselves.
To get rich. That's a conception. Okay.
I'm sure there are some very good ones.
I believe so too.
Given the opportunity, might prove to be very responsible and caring to improve the lot of.
That's amazing to hear that from you. That is really awesome to hear that from you.
Why is it awesome?
Because I think that, like I said, there is that notion that most of the youth everybody wants to get rich. But then, like you said, there are some out there who really want to change Ghana for the better, if given the opportunity.
If given the opportunity doesn't mean the opportunity is in somebody's hand and keeping the youth off, no. the youth now, what I may say often is, I would say generally they are better educated than their fathers,
Yes.
the people of my generation. They are more exposed to the realities around the world,
Yeah.
which wasn't quite the case in those times.
Yeah.
With the new technologies, the youth tend to be masters of the internet, and
Yeah.
they see what is happening in the Americas, in Asia, China, India, in Europe. They know everything. They travel.
That's true.
Mobility.
Yeah.
And so naturally they would want to share in the progress and prosperity that abounds around the continent.
Yeah.
And Europe. I mean
Yes.
the continent and the planet.
Yeah.
And I don't see anything wrong with that. But saying this doesn't mean, even as they want to improve themselves and their lot, they would be irresponsible enough not to appreciate that here back in Africa and in their country, which abounds in natural resources, which even the so-called more developed parts of the world may not have.
Yes.
These
True.
youth wouldn't want to put their education experiences to work to improve the conditions here
Yeah.
that would unleash the wealth to the benefit of the generality of the peoples of the nation. So they may want to do that.
Thank you. The youth, on behalf of the Ghanaian youth, thank you for this.
Well, look, I'm a parent, and not just a parent, a grandfather
Yeah.
of many of the people, and I take time to look at them,
Yeah.
try to find out
Yeah.
the sort of characters
Yeah.
they harbor and what they may want to do as they grow old to take their
Yeah.
positions
Yeah.
in the nation and the world.
Yeah.
And I'm impressed. I have 14 grandchildren.
Wow.
Already 4 or 5 of them, even before they were 21, 20, they are graduates. Some have done their postgraduates by age 23.
Wow.
And when I engage them in discussions, I wonder whether I could say when I was their age I was any better. So I'm confident with time they will come
And change.
and prove that they are as responsible as any person.
Yeah. That's
any
fantastic. I like that. So how did you meet Her Excellency, Mrs. Teresa Kufuor, and how did you know that she was the one for you?
Well, perhaps we were destined for each other. You may want to know we've been married for 60 years already.
Wow.
60 long years.
60. Wow. We've been married for 11 years on Friday.
I have
and
a
that seems
feeling
like forever.
You may come and even better
Really?
as when you get to my age. So I'll say more grace to your elbows.
Thank you.
But we met when we knew of each other's backgrounds a bit. But 1961, on the Republic Day of Ghana, the first anniversary of Ghana going Republic,
Yeah.
we met in London. There was a dance at the Battersea Town Hall, London.
Okay.
And she had studied nursing in Edinburgh,
Scotland.
Scotland.
One of my favorite cities. Love that place.
Yes, and
Yeah.
she had come to London on her way to Oxford to do midwifery at the University Hospital, Radcliffe Infirmary. And me, I had been called to the bar at Lincoln's Inn in London, going to Oxford, Exeter College, to continue
Yeah.
my studies. So we met at the dance,
Nice.
and we got to know we were both headed to Oxford. And so I said, all right, we continue when we got there. And so when we got there,
And like they say, the rest is history. So how do you balance your personal life as well as your political life?
what do you mean by balance?
You know, some people, well, you have your career, which is what you do, and then you have your family life. So how were you able to manage the two of them?
If you like, we were a young couple when we met.
Yeah.
She pursuing her
Nursing
midwifery, and me back in Britain, to Oxford, more studies, and then 64 when I left university, I got my first employment ever in the city of London, the financial capital perhaps of the world then. I was, the Commercial Bank of Ghana has a branch there.
Oh.
So they engaged me as a lawyer and a manager.
Wow.
At that time, paying me very well. But I stayed in the job for only 3 months. Why? Because my family, when I said family, talking of our sense of family, mother was there in Kumasi.
Yeah.
They wanted me back in Ghana.
Wow.
And my wife obliged with our 2 little children.
Wow.
We sailed back home.
Yeah.
But me to work as a lawyer, and she mothered a bit like you, and then went back to practice.
Oh.
At the Kumasi University Hospital.
Okay.
Worked a bit there. And then later, as I said earlier, I got into managing Kumasi, and then moved to Accra when I went into politics, and so she had to also join me here. And again, continued. She was the founding matron of the Cocoa Clinic at
Oh, I used to go there when I was little, in Kaneshie, I believe. Yeah, okay.
You used to go there?
When I was younger, that was where I used to go.
Well,
clinic.
she was the first matron of the
Oh,
hospital.
amazing. That's awesome.
And then me, member of parliament and so on and
Yeah.
so on. So it's like we didn't separate our work from family. You know, we raised
it's
the
sort of
children.
merged.
Yes, yes. And 5 children we had. All of them attended at Christ the King School, just across the street from Jubilee House.
Yeah. That's
because
awesome.
she is a devout Catholic.
Oh.
The children too, they are Catholics.
What about you? You were?
Well, later I got converted to Catholic.
But what were you before?
Originally.
Methodist, maybe?
Baptized Anglican, went to Methodist and Presbyterian schools. And so I was a bit confused.
Okay.
But later I settled in Catholicism.
That's fantastic. Your Excellency, what brings you joy, the most joy?
The profession I chose to be in public life. And I worked at it. I told you of the long apprenticeship because I've told you by 30 I was member of parliament, working, being exposed to the world and meeting. I traveled on all the 5 continents of the world, meeting everybody.
Yeah.
Then being a politician, I know our country very well, from grassroots.
Yeah.
And somehow, the gift nature gave me is to relate well with people across the world.
Yeah.
So I have friends everywhere. And it has always been my overriding ambition to feel like I bring happiness and blessing
to
any people I meet everywhere.
Yeah.
So as with time, I felt that this blessing is being realized with people and everywhere, any part of the country, and even beyond Ghana.
Yeah, everyone speaks so well of you, your kindness.
So I continue to say God was enlarging the blessings.
I love that.
That's my happiness.
I love that.
And then the profession, even though it took me so long, went to Parliament 30.
Yeah.
And at a point, suppose there hadn't been the military intrusions and incursions breaking up, perhaps by 45, 50, I could have hit the top of my profession in politics.
Yeah.
But it wasn't going to be so. I had to wait from 72 January when the soldiers threw us out of power, Buzia's government. I waited until 2001.
I know.
Almost 30 years.
Yeah.
Before I got the presidency like you asked.
Yeah.
So I thank God, thank the people of Ghana for. My challenge then was, let the nation know that the stop-go approach to the development of our nation could be done away with, all the many deaths and unfinished projects.
Yeah.
The 8 years that the constitution of the country was.
Is that enough?
No.
Okay.
But make the best and the most of 8 years for the nation, the people of Ghana, to believe that it could be done.
Yeah.
And I believe within that time,
oh yes,
I realized that. So that's the.
I mean.
And I ended my tenure exactly on my 70th birthday.
Wow.
The 8th December.
Wow.
So I thought there couldn't be any more fulfillment and satisfaction than that.
So if we didn't have that you had only 8 years and you had to come back, would you have come back?
4 years had to be repeated, depending on how the people of Ghana saw it.
Yeah.
So the first for 2001 to 2005 January. Thankfully, the people repeated me. That's how I got the 8 years.
Can I ask a question? So with that, I feel like, so what if you did a fantastic job, right? So what if the people wanted you to come back?
Oh, the Constitution.
It doesn't allow it.
Constitutions are like sacred things.
I know.
But they are organic. So in their people's wisdom, they said 4-year term. If they appreciated what you were trying to do, they may repeat you for another. But after second term, finished.
Yeah.
But if the people, after practicing the Constitution for a while, they should think of, say, reviewing it and lengthening the time.
Yeah.
It's their right. The people are sovereign.
Yeah.
That's my belief. So even though a bit more time perhaps might have yielded more results, it wasn't my thing to say, no, stay on and no, that's not my way.
No, not your way, for sure. So what would you say is your greatest accomplishment, and do you have any regrets at all?
Naturally, it's not a perfect life. I don't believe anybody has perfect life.
Yeah.
And insofar as you wouldn't get everything you wanted completely, then naturally there might be some regret.
Yes.
But on balance, you were talking of balance. On balance, I would say I don't regret anything. Rather, I'm more thankful than things have turned out to be so good.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful that I was given the opportunity. But the greatest achievement is in the fact that I was president of this very happy and proud nation of Ghana. And incidentally, if I may put this in, and it's factual, because, the first president, the famous Kwame Nkrumah, our first president, prime minister, into independence, the soldiers removed him. He didn't complete his constitutional term. Civilian, they didn't allow him. My mentor, Professor Buzia, my mentor was like my father.
Wow.
And he really saw the
potential
and nurtured me, gave me the start. So just allowed him only 2 years, 3 months, civilian. President Liman, a nice man, a diplomat who found himself in presidency. Again, the soldiers allowed him only 2 years, 3 months. I, as the 4th civilian president, in fact, when I got the opportunity, I prayed to God I shouldn't go the way of my predecessor, civilian predecessor. I wanted to finish the term by the Constitution.
That's powerful.
And it happened like that.
Yeah.
So,
amazing.
First civilian to have ended his tenure constitutionally, not kicked out.
And the best one too.
So I'm very thankful for that.
Yeah, and happy. I'd like to know that. Thank you for that. And so what is your most memorable experience as a president?
Oh, there are so many.
So many. There's no one that sticks out? No? Okay. And then on your last day as a president, what were the thoughts that went through your mind on your 70th birthday, the last day?
I thanked God again.
Yeah.
And said, with God's help, I was fulfilled. But then I was a bit sad, because after the work my government had done, the 8 years, that was ending on my birthday.
Yeah.
I thought that the people of Ghana would allow my party to succeed me. So all the many projects and things that we had started, it would be my party's government that would continue to bring them into fruition. Unfortunately, we lost that election. That's how President Mills came in.
Yeah.
And so I was sad for the nation did not return in my party to succeed me.
With that, why do you think that we have the mentality that if one party has been in power for an amount of time, then we have to switch over? And
well, unfortunately,
and if so, how come we don't continue with the projects that was started by the party before?
But you see, democracy, like somebody said, isn't all common sense. And then traditionally, our elders have a proverb in a can. They say, "Asetinapa, Emma Yurifri." When life has turned out to be so good,
you forget.
You tend to forget easily. You tend to feel that's the normal thing.
Yeah.
So on the slightest provocation or excuse, people would go and cast their votes, not remembering that it wasn't always like that. So that was it. And then the other side of the question, that governments that would succeed, that are outgoing, why don't they continue with the projects?
Yeah.
Democracy, and especially multi-party democracy, has been tested in some parts of the world. There are other systems of government, but a very knowing, very experienced, distinguished international leader once said, democracy had so many faults and weaknesses, but compared with the other systems of government, it was still the best. Democracy was the best. And when you see how the alternative systems would bring, it's very competitive. So even though you may be working well, you may be achieving, the next person coming to replace you as president, especially if it's not of your party, they want to come and also create something to impress the people, like they could do it better than you. And it contributes to that. But before they know, they had created a mess. Because what they come to do may not even match. But meanwhile, they would have, and especially when the term is only 4 years. And so this is what, but it's foible. And we started the system, the Fourth Republican Constitution is the one we are working now. Somehow it's lasted longer, or longest of all the constitutions we've had. The First Republic under President Nkrumah, the Second Republic under Professor Buzia, Third Republic under, as I said earlier, they were all sort of curtailed.
This has been the longest so far.
By the incursions of soldiers. But this one, so in that sense, the Fourth Republic is still young. And given the outcry and criticisms of the general public, the hope is that the various parties are now learning. It's trial and error. So into the future, perhaps parties, as they succeed each other, will not try to do away with what the earlier party achieved in office. They will rather seek to build on it. But that's where the development and transformation would come from.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Well said. So I noticed the beautiful peacocks that you have in the compound, and I was wondering why peacocks? Is there something special about them that are?
They are beautiful birds.
Yeah, they are.
Very smart birds too. Suppose I stepped out with you now. And I had a bit of their feed. You see how they will come around.
Really?
With the males with their long tails and all the colors you can imagine. They can even be more beautiful than the proverbial rainbow.
Really?
So I love them.
They are beautiful.
Very lovely.
So, Your Excellency, as we come to an end of our conversation, what do you simply believe?
I believe in God.
Okay.
I believe in humanity.
Yeah.
And when I talk humanity, once you are human,
Yeah.
whether you are red, white, black, green, me, it doesn't matter. The important thing is you are man.
Yeah.
When I say man, of course, woman,
Yeah.
mankind.
Yeah.
And when I say I believe in God, I'm not sold on, religions. I've told you I'm a Christian Catholic, but even that takes second seat to humanity. You are man before you are a Christian or Muslim or
Truth.
Hindu or whatever.
Yes.
We will all treat each other
Yeah.
like with the same principle.
Yes.
Do unto others the golden mean.
Yeah.
As you would, they do unto you.
Perfect.
And then this is why I'm also happy with our constitution being secular. You may have your religion, I may have. It's live and let live, and
Yeah.
let's respect each other as humans. That's all.
Perfect. Well said. Thank you so much.
Thank you
so much.
for coming.
Thank you. It's been an honor. This is going to be one of my most memorable experiences in my entire life. So thank you for this privilege. Thank you.
God bless you. And thank you for your better half
Yeah.
coming with him. And then this, I'm on 4 months.